I didn't have us on there.
It's okay. It happens. Hi, Max. How are you?
And I was like, I said, "Hey, everybody," and it's just Max.
It's okay. They'll come in. They're probably taking a
That's
break
right.
after Clown Town's stream. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram. Hold on.
Okay.
I should have done
Well,
that before.
I was thinking, well, DC started us off strong, and then Savannah was came into shift, and then it was Clantown, and now it's us. We're just all
I know.
I think it's a nice, like, especially if you're an anti-MLM fan, you got just a bonanza of all of the
Hmm.
channels. Just need a an Aaron and a JJ,
Yeah.
but I
I
don't think
think
they're going.
I oh I think they might be doing something tomorrow, no?
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
thought they might be, but then I thought also because I know it's my first week back at school and I am buggered. So I think maybe JJ's been her first week of working and
Yeah.
on night shift. It does take a little bit to get used to night shift.
I'm so proud of
Whew,
her though. Like I'm so proud
I
of
know.
her. I'm proud of all my friends right now. They've been doing great things.
Kicking
Just,
goals. Yeah.
yeah, kicking ass, taking names. Just, I love it. I love that for
And
us.
including Kareenah, who is now
Oh,
well, unofficially monetized, but
yeah. I just
monetized.
applied
Yeah.
this morning because I got the email or
Woo,
whatever. I applied this morning. Fingers crossed.
woo.
Yeah.
I was because a couple of weeks ago there was like a thing that said that you could get monetized with less hours and less subs, like 750 subs. But it hasn't rolled over yet because I've got that,
Yeah.
and so I'm not sure when they're going to put that in. So I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'll just aim for the 1,000 and that's it. But I had thought August for myself, and that's fine. Like
Yeah.
it's organic growth. It's all coming from that sort of like consistency and all that sort of stuff. Although I haven't put out a
Yeah.
video this week, so
Thank you guys. No, I think for me at first it wasn't about, I don't think it was ever about me getting monetized, but then I started seeing like what my friends were doing. Like DC has shared a lot of insight. Erin has shared a lot of insight with me as well, privately. And I was like, well, goddamn. And then
mm,
we've been looking to move because I live in a tiny little house. So which with a kid. So what's it called? We've been looking to move to a bigger space so I can actually have like my office back and everything. And I was like, you know what? I'm really like passionate about this. Like it's time for me to like kick ass. Like I'm in it.
hmm.
And lucky for me, everyone decided that I was a good person to support. And so now I'm here and I'm so happy, so thankful. Yesterday I didn't even know how to react when I checked my hours because I think I went over by like 160 hours or something. And I just didn't even know how to react. I was like in shock. I was like, okay, what now? What do I do now? But I'm just like
Uh,
super, super happy. How do you get monetized? So as of right now, supposedly the rules have changed, but it hasn't like kicked in. You have to
mm,
have 4,000 hours of active watch time, so like within 365 days. Don't let what happened to me happen to you if you're trying to make content. I started uploading about a year ago, and then while like a year later, where I was trying to get monetized, as I kept getting views, also my older videos kept expiring. So I had to work
mm.
like three times as hard to get to the 4,000 hour mark. Um, but again, thankful, lucky for me, I have a lot of really good friends and a lot of amazing supporters on here and on Instagram and stuff. And you guys are incredible. But yeah, you need 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I was getting paranoid because I didn't realize that the hours expired. And so I was getting like, "Oh no, are my hours?" Because I've been on for more than a year now. And I was
Mhm.
thinking, "Oh no, am I going to get expired?" I've got 14,000 hours.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I think
Because
you're
it's
good.
of the long videos, I just am a chatty bitch, that's all.
And that's okay. And that's okay. I think we all have our different style. And I think
I
that's why we all like complement each other so well,
mm,
because we're all
'Cause you
so
can dip
different,
in
but then
and out.
also have the same, yeah. And we also have like very different delivery styles. We have some of us are more like rowdy. I consider myself more of a rowdy, loud, obnoxious bitch, as to where like people like Tish or Hannah, who are both educators, they are more focused on the education side of it, and I think that's incredible because I know I could never do that. Obviously, I never went to school to be a teacher, and then there's other people that speak from experience, like JJ and Aaron, who are amazing. They're
Mhm.
great. I'm pretty sure everybody here knows them. But they have experience in the MLM, being at the top of an MLM, and the top percentage of an MLM. And then there is like people who have never been in an MLM, like me and Gus and Val and Blanca. I don't think Blanca has been in an MLM, and we just
Mm,
kind of like come at this with more of a I seen which out into my people kind of point of
yeah.
view. And so it's a unique, we all have a very unique and important perspective to share, I think. That's
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. So how do I say that? Daciana, or is it a hard C or a soft C, I wonder? Uh, it is important, especially because the MLMs go for Spanish speaking people, especially in America, because they don't require any work permits or green card or anything like that.
mm-hmm.
The Clown Town had a good video out this week on I
Herbalife.
I think I think it's funny because I'm going to say Herbalife like an Australian, but I think most people over in America don't pronounce the H, do they? Herbalife?
No, in Spanish you
Yeah.
just say Herbalife. Herbalife.
Oh,
It's
okay.
so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I guess you kind of do pronounce the H a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's what I see. I see. Yeah,
Yeah,
Herbalife. And their video was excellent, and
yeah,
like even their was it the CEO? I know the Clown Town's in the
yeah,
chat. The CEO was speaking Spanish, and you can, like even Mary Young was trying to speak Spanish badly. The
yeah.
Optavia, one of the at that the big conference, there was an Optavia guy, and he was speaking Spanish, like a white guy, and it's like you can see how insidiously like they're trying to get people, and it's like, can you just leave them alone, please?
Yeah, even like the beach body or like the body summit or whatever,
Oh,
it's all translated in Spanish. DC sent it to me. Shout out to DC. I was like, what the
wow,
heck? Like it's all translated in Spanish for the Spanish speaking only reps. I was like,
wow,
yeah, so I'll be
wow.
reacting to that soon. I have a few files of that. So
Mm. I know how to
yeah.
ask to go to the bathroom in Spanish. ¿Dónde está
Yeah,
el baño?
yeah,
Ooh,
that's really good. That's really, really good. Love that.
that's all I know. That's all I
If you
know.
want any Spanish classes, I'll probably teach you like not the proper way, but I'm here to help.
I was the worst white traveler in the entire world. Because I didn't. Oh well, I went to a couple of different European countries, and they don't have the same language. So, um, in Germany, the most important word that I learned how to say is Entschuldigung, which means excuse me, I'm sorry. Because I usually was like, "Can you please can I, donde es no, uh, do you speak English?" That's what I would say.
Uh-huh.
Um, oh, parlez-vous anglais? That's French, and then
French. Yeah,
Germany. Oh, I can't remember. I pretty much always found somebody who spoke English,
yeah, yeah. All I
which
know
is
in French
terrible.
is that the Moulin Rouge chorus. That's it. That's all I know in
Oh.
French.
Oh, sorry. Parlez-vous anglais? There's like a drum and bass band in Australia, and they have a song which is "Parlez-vous français? Parlez-vous français?" And then it's got some other French in it, so I
Yeah.
know that as well.
I think that's the easiest to learn because it's like in a song, so it's easier to memorize a little bit, I think.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I when I went to, because I've been to Paris, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, so I didn't actually like book that much time there. And because I wanted to go to the Louvre, and go and see all the arty things, and
Yeah.
I ended up really liking it, and I'm like, oh damn it, I'm not staying as long as I wanted to. So
Yeah.
um, it was nice, and Barcelona is really nice as well. Um, but I no, but sorry, it was nice. It feels like
Yeah.
Melbourne, which is a bigger city in Australia. So it was a really nice little place.
I don't
They
travel
have this
much,
weird.
but maybe once I start making that big YouTube money, maybe.
I look. I'm now, because I've got so many friends in America. I'm like, I want to come to America.
You
Um,
should. Just don't come to Texas or New Orleans like you said you wanted to. Don't do it.
yeah,
Just right now.
yeah.
Also, can you see my plant right here? Just
Oh,
hanging
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Um, I wouldn't mind going to Mexico as well, because I love Frida Kahlo, and I'd love to go to the Casa Azul. Um,
Yeah. Just
that would be
be
really
very cautious
interesting.
too. Mexico's pretty. It's not as bad as it was years back, and I know this because my mom is over there now. But but yeah, it's still pretty. It can still be pretty dangerous.
Okay. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Go to England, Karina, with
Let's
Harper.
go. Let's go.
I went to London as well. Um, well, like I did sort of like a European like trip. Um, it was okay. It had the worst drinking water, I tell you.
Yeah.
Because I was off buying bottled water, because I was trying to be more um climate friendly. And so I
Yeah.
wasn't drinking bottled water, and I just was drinking tap water, and the London water, oh, it was bad.
The content said, "Come to Cali. We can go to Disneyland." Listen, if I can take Leo, let's do it. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's do it.
You know,
Let's
they have
roll.
goth day. They have a goth day at
I
Disneyland.
heard. I think you were the one talking
Yeah.
about it. That's awesome. You know where I
Woo.
would really like to go? Like, I've always been fascinated by all sorts of Asian culture and like their traditions and stuff. I am fascinated by like their traditions and stuff like that. So I think I would really like to like hike up the, what is it called? I forget. I don't want to betray it, but it's like a hill with stairs. I don't remember. I don't think it's the Great
Is-
Wall. It's what is it
Um,
called?
it's not Mount
It
Everest, is it? Mount
No, 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 no,
Everest?
no.
No.
It's I don't, there's like a temple at the top or something like along those lines. I don't remember.
Uh,
It's a while
Is
since I
it
looked at it.
Cambodia? Is it like, because they have like these old like palace things that
Yeah.
are sort of like
I believe the
almost
one
look
that
like
I
pyramids.
yeah, I believe the one that what I was looking into was in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they've got Mount Fuji. Um,
Probably,
and I think
probably.
they do have a thing with like it's yeah, 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 Clown Town's
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Just before I
Yes.
actually yeah, yeah. Where is it? Like 3,000 steps.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
I would also really like to visit the city, so I would really like to go to Shibuya in Tokyo. Like I don't know what it is, but I'm just like fascinated. Like
And
I love it.
the fashion, like the
Yes, yes,
Harajuku
yes, yes,
fashion.
yes, yes. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go take a bag and bring it back full of skincare. That's what I'm trying to do too, because their skin is chef's kiss. Like, dude, I cannot. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
New
actually had
Orleans is
had
pretty cool. Someone saying gonna nerd
cool.
out in New Orleans. It's pretty cool. I like it, but it can also be Pretty dangerous, or so the news have been saying recently. So, but it's the same as Houston. I'm from Houston, and it's like a, according to the news and stuff, it's like a center of, or a hotspot for human trafficking right now, both New
Oh,
Orleans and Houston. So that's why I don't
wow.
leave my house. Like, I barely leave my house because A, I live in the hood, and B, Houston is gonna Houston. Like, there's always all kinds of stuff going on here, and I just, as soon as I'm telling you, as soon as I make that good YouTube money, I'm moving. I'm out of here. I'm out
Mm.
of Texas. Can't do it anymore.
Um, what were just before the world shut down for COVID, I was actually supposed to go to Japan. I had tickets and everything, and I ended up not going. So that was a bit
So
disappointing. But hopefully, and now looking at it, I'm like, I still would really like to go to Japan.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but I think America and even Canada, like
yeah.
Toronto and those places.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Max said Asian countries have the best skincare. They are always on the forefront of all the stuff. Yeah, and you know what else they have that's really, really good? Food.
Mm,
I am a foodie. My husband is a foodie. I just know it'd be a great, great time. Yeah.
mhm, mhm. And everything's just so like perfect. There's a burger place that we have in Australia called Moss Burger, and it's a Japanese burger brand, and it's like if the perfect burger was, like it's just perfect. It's
Yeah.
so everything is just even and perfect and da da da.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so we're just chatting it up, everybody, but we are here to watch
Love
some
this for us though.
anti-MLA.
Yeah.
But we haven't had a chat in a while, so it's
Yeah,
nice.
it's been a
It's
minute.
nice. Um, and we're looking at Bethany, dear Bethany, who is with Amare. Um, she's a problem. She's just the worst. And Val, she likes to keep me simmering on Your Sober Guide, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, and she, as in Your Sober Guide, I don't know how she can do what she does. She basically puts health claims in every single reel, or like she is always there with the health claims. Increases your depression by 50% or blah blah, not increases, decrease, you know what I mean?
The false statistics, yeah.
The false statistics, what else? She loves a bit of parent shaming, and that's kind of what we're going to look at today. Did you have a quick look at the videos?
I didn't want to because I was like, I'm just gonna react like out of my, I think I would have came in here too heated. I'm already like
Yeah.
raging a little bit, which is why, full disclaimer, I'm going to be crocheting while we react, just to kind of keep my calm. I sold some plants for the Yehuda's GoFundMe, and now I'm making some for Christina's GoFundMe. So let me show y'all what I'm working on. I'm working on a cactus. This is the pot. It hasn't been put together yet, but this is the pot. And then I'm making like a regular schmegular cactus. So this is how that's gonna look like. And I'm making another little one to go right here. And I'm just gonna attach it all together. So I'm gonna make about
Oh,
4 or 5 of these, sell them, and then donate to Christina. So
nice.
that's what I'm gonna be working on to kind of keep me grounded a little bit.
Nice. Can I ask a favor to Clowntown? Can you send me a DM of both of the GoFundMe links? Because I don't think I have them handy, but that would be awesome if
I
you
thought
could
I
send
had
that
them,
to
and I
me.
had to ask them for Yehudas's one to make
Yeah,
my
yeah,
donation. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So there's still Yehudis's GoFundMe is still going. Everybody is still, you know, um, promoting that, as well as Christina's sister's GoFundMe. I was thinking about it for my dad because my dad has just had the biggest lot of trouble with his car, and
Uh-huh.
he's got a car, but we call them Utes. Okay, it's called a Ute. I know, like everybody, it's short for utility.
Uh-huh,
You know,
uh-huh,
like
uh-huh.
it's got a what do you guys pickup truck? But it's not a
Uh-huh,
truck.
uh-huh.
It's like a car, but with that back part. You know,
Yeah, I know what you
maybe
mean.
you do call. Yeah. So we got ripped off on Facebook Marketplace. Surprise, surprise. And we've been trying to sort of fix it, and it's broken down a couple of times significantly, and I'm like, damn it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but he got good news, and we're it's getting fixed again at the moment. So I was like, okay, I don't need to do a GoFundMe for my dad. Um, I don't think he'd take it, to be honest. I think he'd be real proud, like
You know what?
he's
My
that.
mom, when you guys helped me when my dad was sick and stuff, she didn't want to take it either. And I was like, I didn't ask for anything. My friends decided to help, and so can you please take it? And she did. But yeah,
Oh,
I get what you mean.
nice.
I get what you
Yeah.
mean.
It's that where they don't want to seem like they're helpless or like it's that
Yeah.
parent thing, like I should be able to look after myself.
Yeah, 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 for
Yeah.
sure.
So the other thing that your sober guide does is it's in her title, is she tries to cash in on people getting sober and sobriety, even though she's only been in Amare for around about 2 years, and
Uh-huh.
she's been sober for 9. So she's already done her sobriety years without happy juice and without, all of the things, all of the things.
Yeah.
But she definitely uses it um, to recruit and sell now. So she
And
will
that's so
talk about it.
disgusting.
And
That's so disgusting. I just touched on that in one of my videos. Content actually sent me it was an Instagram live also from Amare. I've never really reacted to any of their stuff before because I was like doing other companies stuff. But I just think it's disgusting that they use that because some people are so desperate to like change their life and like get better for maybe not just them but like their children and stuff. And like I said, that's why I didn't watch the videos because I already
yeah.
know I'm gonna be pretty heated. Full disclaimer, I'm not responsible for my reactions, okay? Okay.
Yes. It's late in America, so I imagine, oh,
Yeah.
did I just do that wrong? Is that looks like the wrong link. Hang on, can I get rid of that?
I don't know.
Can I delete it? I don't think I can delete
Probably.
it. Oh, okay. Don't press that link, people. I don't know because it looks like it's the link to my Instagram. Okay, hang on. Copy. Oh, hang on. I'll open the link and then all right. Um So I know it's late in America, so I'm thinking that all the babies are probably in bed, but if you're in Australia, um, you
Maybe wear
will,
headphones.
yeah, yeah, we'll probably do some of the swear words.
Oh yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Sometimes I just get like very irrationally angry at her, like fucking fuck, 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 and because she's just outrageous with some of the things that she says. So,
Yeah.
the
I am
video that we're
a
gonna watch.
go ahead, go
Yeah.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead.
The video we're gonna watch is one of her when I think it's after she's gone on an excursion or on a field trip with her kid. And then there's another one that Val sent me about she's talking about a car accident, I think.
Oh god.
But I'll have to have a check of that one. But and there's another one, but I can't remember. But yeah. What were you
Again, I
gonna
am
say?
a very fuck and bitch type of person, so please wear headphones if you're around children. If you're on the
Also,
replay
if
watching it during the day or something, just Better safe than sorry.
Oh, okay. She's literally on the side of the road after a car accident and makes it a big Amare thing. Yeah, great. Can't wait for that.
Stop it right
Mm.
now.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what? I wish
Uh,
I could say I was surprised, but I'm really not.
um, So the triggers usually like I mean, we may have some other triggers that come up, but she's really anti-pharmaceuticals. She doesn't like pharmaceuticals. She might do some mom guilt or parent guilt, and she
Let's
may
go.
also talk yep. She may also talk about her kids. I put it in the description, but I don't know if I spelt diagnoses well because she might talk about what diagnosis her kids have. And yeah, so she might talk some shit on that. Um, as well as the sobriety, addiction, and health claims. I think that's about it. But
Just
if
all the
there's
good
something else that
triggering
comes
stuff.
up, oh yeah, she's like if you had a little soup of the worst triggers, you just got to chuck in religion and weight loss, and that's a bingo, you know. Although I
Yeah.
think she has talked about going to church lately, so she's been doing a little bit of God bothering as well. So, ugh. Alrighty. So I did put the link in for Yehuda's, and this is the link for Christina. And you don't have to give. It's your choice. If you read the GoFundMe and you're like, no, I'm not vibing with this, and that's okay. You don't have to email anybody about it. Um,
We're not pushing
and
anything, and just because we're busy and haven't like been promoting it as much or whatever, doesn't mean we don't support it. We don't fully support it. It's just we got a fucking life, okay? We got stuff to do. We got kids. We're not on our phone
mhm,
24/7. So just a little
mhm,
FYI, because people think that just because we're not saying something doesn't mean we're not doing it. It's just sorry that I got a life, bro.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's all I'm gonna say about
And
that.
mhm, mhm, mhm. We like to support what we see as good causes and good people. We
Oh
like
yeah,
good people.
sure. Mainly the good people.
I can if you would like a puppy break, we can always have a puppy break. So up behind me, I see what
They're
there's a
so
dog
cute,
here,
by the
right?
way. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And she is
Looking
lying
right
on
at
a
us.
pile. Yeah, yeah.
She's looking right at
She's
us.
lying on a pile of crap. I covered up the crap with a blanket. Like there's a whole pile of rubbish on it. Um, and I just put like a blanket, and
She seems
she
comfy, so
thinks that's
hey,
her new bed. Is
as long as
Amari
she's
an
comfy.
oils thingy?
No, it's a
No,
mental
Amari
wellness
does.
supplements.
Yeah, supplements,
Yeah.
supplements.
They have a thing called
Savannah had a good
Happy Juice.
and
Sorry,
and Happy Juice is three
like three different
products.
products. Yeah,
You got to buy all of them.
yeah.
100 at least 130 or 40, I think. Yes, they sell the Happy Juice. And Savannah had an Amare. Was it
Deep
two
dive.
Amare?
I think she did too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was two of them from Amare, and they were like up in her business, saying that she was saying, for starters, that her rocks were bad. Excuse me.
First
Her
of all, if you're
painted
not
rocks.
talented and you don't know how to craft, then just say that. Don't be coming at Savannah's rocks, okay?
Oh, that's them's fighting words. Them's are. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And also Max, that's for one person. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? Oh, okay. So I did the wrong one. I'm like, okay. $140 for 30 days for one person. One person. And her
I don't know about
husband
you, but
drinks
that
it.
doesn't make me very happy.
No, no. Her husband drinks it and the kids drink it. Or the kids
Oh,
drink
not the
something.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
Ay,
Oh, yes, and
already
this.
triggered. The formulator got sued by the.
Millions. He had to pay millions
Mm,
in settlement.
mm-hmm,
Yes.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right. I look whenever I play a video, it never wants to work for me. It's always the sound doesn't work. So bear with me,
Take
and
your time.
we'll sort it out. I think it's okay if I do it on like in a browser. If I do it for some reason, if I do it in a like in the player, it doesn't work for
Like a
me.
file? Yeah, okay, okay, okay.
Mm,
Yeah, I always have issues remembering how it works because there's like three different ways to do it, and I'm like, okay, which is the one that works?
okay. I don't think I downloaded the thing that Val sent me. So what I'll do, so they're only short videos, I think. Yeah. Okay. Do, 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 do. Mhm.
I'm still cracking up of about the Clown Town's dramatic reading of songs. That made my
Oh,
night.
I know. Especially my neck, my back. That was
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna just take the chat overlay off just to give us a bit more. Oh, and I might do. Oh yeah, that's good.
That's
Okay.
good.
Now tell me if the sound is working. Humans in the thingy and Kareenah.
Leaving my
Okay,
kids' school
I
and
can hear her.
feeling
How'd we go, everybody? Did you hear? She just said, leaving my kids' school. Thanks for the
Yeah.
captions, Bethany. I appreciate that. It's a little bit soft, I know. Let me see if I can turn it up a bit. All right. I think that's the loudest it can go. So if it's a bit soft, I apologize. Hang on. Okay, I can still do that. All right. Anybody?
Were you guys able to hear her?
If Val is still here, uh, can you send me the video? Because we need. I said this before. We need like a chat where we just dump our information
Yeah.
and a different chat for chatting because we never get we get like
Yeah, because it's
a
a
bit
lot to
lost
keep track of. Yeah.
going back in. Okay, we'll keep going. Here we go.
very blessed and pretty freaking emotional, you guys, that like I didn't know there was an award assembly today, right? Today is Tuesday, which means I drop off Hawk, then I drop off Sailor, then I go to Scout speech, then I pick Scout up from speech 20 minutes later, and then I drop Scout off, and there was an awards ceremony. And I got to clear my schedule that I had planned this morning and attend and watch Hawkins get his award. And I actually remember being at assemblies when I was little, just seeing parents walk in, you know, knowing that my parents weren't going to walk in because they had to work, which I don't blame them. So
Kind of
it's
sounds like you do
so
though.
awesome to me that I get to just.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't blame them, but let me blame them.
But here I am talking about it 20 years later.
Yeah, and also, aren't you like super? Hi, Christina. I'm making some crochet stuff for your sister's GoFundMe. Um, what was I gonna say? Also, I thought you were supposed to be like the queen of organization and like you're on top of your game all the time. So why didn't you write down that you had a assembly for your child? I don't know about you, but I have to write everything down to remember. And then I check my stuff every day to make sure I'm not missing anything or I'm not forgetting anything. Do I sometimes
Mm.
make mistakes? Yeah, of course, for sure. But like if the whole purpose you have this job is to be around your kids more, then how come you forgot about the assembly? Just a couple questions for your
Mm.
consideration.
Mhm. 'Cause she does say that she's got ADHD, and usually people with ADHD would need to write it down to remember. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
Even if they don't care, be there. They'll remember me being there. Like I remember my parents not being there. It's so awesome. So awesome.
It's awesome that they weren't there.
She's also grateful. Listen, my parents never went to my things either, and not because they don't want to. My mom, when I was younger, she didn't know how to drive, and she still doesn't drive on the highway. She still doesn't get on the freeway. She doesn't drive long distances still. So, and
Oh
my
boy.
dad was always working out of town. So I know that that was the reason why they never went. Like they had a valid reason. It's
Mhm.
not just because they didn't want to go. Like I my mom's not perfect by any means, but I bet that if she could do it again, she would go now that she knows how to drive. I mean, she goes to all of our kids' stuff now, like my brother's kids and my kids. She goes to all of our things. So
Oh, nice.
it's
Yeah.
not for
And
lack of
and
trying, it's just she couldn't.
we're like being a teacher, I've obviously seen parents who have come for half an hour in their workday because most employers are pretty understanding. Oh, can I go to my kid's awards ceremony? Yep, all
Hmm.
right. And they'll turn up in their work uniform, take a picture, see the kid, and then go back to work. Like it's not, there are, like, you don't have to join an MLM to go to a kid's award ceremony. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like, is it somehow it's sometimes hard to leave your job to go to your kids' things? Yeah, for sure. Like, my husband has been a little bit late or something sometimes when he goes to Leo stuff, but it's not because he doesn't want to. It's just, traffic. Also, sometimes work is busy. And thankfully, Leo has me that I'm home all the time, so I can go if his dad can't. Of course, does it matter that his dad is there? Yeah, for sure. But when he has missed it, it's not like on purpose, and it's not out of malice. And that's how it sounds that like she feels like her parents kind of did it on purpose, and it just sounds so grateful. And listen, I don't have the best parents, but I knew they did the best they could. I know that much.
Hmm. Yeah, and especially for working families. But here's my sign for today says working parents are still parenting. Like that's I've heard so many MLMers say, "Oh, I work from home so I can be a parent." I'm like, all parents are parents, okay? Shut up. Like,
Yeah.
don't be a jerk.
And then meanwhile, their kids are almost, and I know I keep bringing this up in all the recent videos, but it's like one of those things that is like, damn, like that could have been prevented. It's like, oh, I stay home and I want to stay home with my babies, blah, 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 blah. But then meanwhile, the kid is in the back having an accident or like, and I know accidents happen with children, especially small children. It happens. It's bound to happen. But like, if that's the whole reason for you to stay home, then get the fuck off your phone and pay attention to your kids. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know how
Mhm.
many of you here know me, but I stream all the time. And right now my little nugget baby is in summer vacation. So when I'm streaming during the day when he's up, if he comes up to me, mommy, I need to go potty, mommy, I want a snack, mommy, whatever. Anyone who follows me and watches me can tell you I stop what I'm doing and I get up and I do what he needs me to do. And that's how
Yeah.
it should be. I'm not saying that I'm gonna stop my entire life for my child, but when it comes to basic needs like a snack and a potty break, you bet your ass, because how am I going to tell him, no, hold it for like 10 minutes or 20 minutes while I do my life? What? Or no, stay hungry
Mm.
for another 30
Mm.
minutes because mommy's busy right now. That's not how
Mhm.
it's supposed to be. And yeah, stay at home moms are moms and stay at home parents are parents and working parents are parents. There's some people that need, and I mentioned this a lot because again, I never understood this until I had Leo. I've been both a working mom and I've been a stay-at-home mom. And also working mom, I had the luxury to be able to take Leo to work with me. I'd strap him to me and get my job done. And it was never an issue until like my boss made it one or whatever. And I was like, okay, well then I'm not gonna work because I'm not leaving my kid anywhere to be taken care of. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just my mom anxiety would not allow me to do something like that. Right.
Mm.
However, I know for a fact that there's a lot of moms that have to leave their house, or a lot of parents, to get that mental break from their children and then come back and be better parents. It's for their
Oh,
mental
yeah.
health. So who the hell am I to judge? I'm not any better or any worse than a mom who goes to work. It's just, this is what works for me, and I'm not going to judge anyone else for doing something differently. And that's what a lot
Mm.
of MLM reps tend to do. They're like, oh, well, if you either do it my way or you're doing it wrong. No, ma'am. No,
Mm.
it's not
Mm.
wrong. It's just not what you think is right. That doesn't make it
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a different way, different parenting style. And, like Courtney, unless the kid is going to add to her life, then she'll keep it around. But,
Yep.
Courtney, yeah, like I think it was auntie MLM, um, who was, and Courtney was, when the child spoke, you could
Yeah.
see her like, that's your children. This is
Yep.
on a public platform. They could watch this later.
You
They
know
could
what broke
see
my
that.
heart? When she shut the door in the little boy's face. When she shut the door in his face, I think it was a Clown Town live, if I'm remembering correctly. But she was like, "Go to bed already," or something like that, and you could hear her like slam the door and the baby crying like a muffled cry. If I
Mm,
ever did that to Leo, my husband would rage. Like he would be like, "What is wrong with you? Why are you not paying attention?" Also, like how heartless are you that a little baby's telling you, "Mommy, I'm scared," or "Mommy, I need you," and instead of saying, "Oh, come here, baby, let me hold you," or "Hey guys, I gotta go. I gotta go take care of my son. I'll be back whenever I can." You're gonna go and shut the door and leave him crying in the hallway. He's like 3. He's Leo's age. I can't just leave him scared and crying. What? He's
and who's
3.
the
He
little
needs, I'm
baby
his
hesitate?
mom. Yeah, I'm his mom. I'm his comfort. I'm his safety.
Yeah.
Do you imagine the amount of trauma that that baby's gonna have for being shut out like that? And I'm not a mental health professional by any means at all, but I'm just saying, like, even for an adult, if someone shut the door like that, someone that you depended on or something, shut the door on you like that, that would hurt your feelings. Imagine the tiny little kid that doesn't know any
Mm.
better. That's heartless to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a high school teacher, so when they get to me, their trauma has really set in, if they've got trauma, and it is that what they will do is they'll search for affection elsewhere, like because they're not getting it from you,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
it can really affect them in negative ways, and yeah, it just it feels cruel, because on one hand she's saying, I help moms make a blah, blah from home, and I'm a mom so I can be at home with my kids. No, you're not. You do this because you get money, and Jesse Lee Ward has you hypnotized.
And you say that just to trick more moms into thinking that that's what they have to do to be better moms, when in fact you are no one to be giving anyone any advice about what a good mom is, or judging others for making different choices than you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um all right, let's keep going with Bethany. We've watched a minute of her stuff at the moment. That's okay though. This is
It's okay.
productive
I'm good.
conversation.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, look, I think I could talk about her without even playing anything by her, you know?
Yep. Same here.
My work in counseling was so fulfilling and I loved it. And I still do it from time to time, but it holds me responsible of making appointments, because you can't just cancel on clients that are relying on being able to talk to you about your week, right? All because your kid has an assembly. So maybe one day I will go back to that. I definitely foresee myself helping more people in addiction and sobriety in some capacity within co-occurring disorders and more than talk therapy. There's so many avenues my life can go with that. But for right now, I am really, really loving impacting so many people's lives through the mental wellness company and helping them with happy juice and gut brain axis connection and finding holistic root healing solutions. It is just, no, it's so fulfilling. And then I get this piece of my life as well. It's awesome. So while
How
some don't
about
see the
pay
hype
attention
or
to the baby?
Yeah,
How
that
about that?
baby was crying. Mm-hmm. 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 Isn't it funny though? Because she's just talking about how she's going to go back to that, but she says that she's still doing it. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And this is true. It does say that she has counseling sessions. And she does. She recommends happy juice to everybody. And when you say, Bethany, the mental wellness company, you mean Amare. Like, it's a bait and switch. Like, I'm gonna,
Yeah,
uh, and and when there's something else. No, I can't remember.
you lost it. It's okay. It happens.
Yeah. Eh, eh. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I think it was something about you can have your own hours, and I know that it would be inconvenient if you had to, like, cancel on a client and do it, at a different time. But it goes back to what you said before. Why don't you know when your kid's award ceremony is? Like, why is
Mhm.
it a surprise,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, I used to do like randomly, but you can't, if you are your own boss and you work for your own business, you can arrange your life around your children. Now, I know that that's not what every mom wants to do. I get that. If you are lucky enough to have help, like from your parents-in-law, sister-in-law, siblings, whatever, good for you. Seek out the help if it's available to you. However, not all of us have it. I have my mom and I have my brother and my sister-in-law and my husband, but they are not always available. They all work. So sometimes I'm the default parent. I'm the default auntie for my niece and nephew because it happens and it's okay. However, when you have your own business, I used to do nails when Leo was like a little baby tiny nugget. I did nails. I knew that a set of nails would take me anywhere from 2 to 3 hours depending on how elaborate it was. So I would schedule that appointment when I knew someone was going to be around, whether it be my mom sometimes when she'd come over or my husband, so that I would know. And if I'm not going to cancel a doctor's appointment to do someone's nails. I'm not going to not go to my kid's recital to do someone's nails. I'm not going to do that for anything YouTube related either. Like if I have to go to a doctor's appointment, I'm gonna go do a doctor's appointment. If I have to go to a recital, I'm gonna go to a recital. I don't care what other commitments I have. My child is first. And if again, that's the whole reason why you're pitching this. Then if you're gonna talk about it, be about it. You can't just
Mm,
say, uh, what is it? Do as I say, not as I do.
mm.
That's not that's not how that works.
And if she's talking about being there for her kids, there was a
Yeah.
kid crying in the background. Like, what the hell? And
Yeah.
she didn't even really take a beat on that, She just kept on going with her point of view.
Yep.
Ugh. Oh, where did my okay.
the craze or the benefits of affiliate marketing. Maybe they're not, maybe you're not.
Okay, so we're driving.
With a
Uh,
kid in the car,
why you were just parked? She was just parked. What?
nothing, 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 nothing is more important than your child's safety. Nothing.
Mm.
You can judge me on everything else, and I won't shame anyone on anything else. But nothing is more important than your child's safety. Now, if
Yes.
you follow me, you've seen me do stories in my car. However, not that I'm making excuses for myself, but I always put the hands-free thingy when I'm at a red light, let it run, and when I happen to hit another red light, I'll post it real quick. I don't add any bells and whistles or whatever, or I wait till I get to my destination to do so. But this right here, this is like alive, and she's looking at the phone.
And she is going to look at it again too. Um,
Oh
yeah,
god.
and also, you do not do affiliate marketing, Bethany. You're in an
Yeah,
MLM.
that's what I was gonna say. What would you know about that? You don't do that. That's not what you do, guy.
About those little moments, like I am. I don't know what it is for you, but for me, let's talk about me and not about you. It's about making the little moments like today, and they just seriously grow up so fast. They say once you, like, success and gratitude hit deep, and that's what's happening for me a lot lately within this company, because there's not a day that goes by that I am not extremely grateful that I have taken charge of this portion of my life and creating and building a life that I'm literally designing.
I know
It's
that she's
giving
grateful.
selfish.
Oh, absolutely. Let's talk about me for a
Me and
moment.
only me. It's giving self-absorbed and selfish and inconsiderate with my children.
Um,
But
also,
go
like,
off, bestie.
she's trying to pluck them tears up. I don't know, let's get emotional.
Yeah.
Um, and we've seen it. Like, she is on her stories. She is prolific on social media. She posts, like, I don't know if you know that I'm in affiliate marketing and I'm with a mental wellness company. I'm like, yes, Bethany, we fucking know. You've told
You won't
us
shut the fuck up about it.
I cannot imagine being friends with her on Facebook. It'd just be like mute the whole time because it's just constant. And she's got two Instagrams, two.
What was
She
the reason?
recycles because one is counted as her kids one, like functioning with Rugrats. So that's her because I think she homeschools now. So
That's
she
so loving.
homeschools, yeah, but she gets no engagement on her homeschooling on her Amare posts on that account. Like she'll get thousands of views on one with the kids, but when she puts an Amare one, zero. It's really terrible, but
Tell me
good,
you're using your kids as props without telling me.
I think everything in Bethany's life is props, honestly. I think that it's an act. She's got that crunchy mum, like she's all I'm natural and yoga and and but she's just as ruthless as a businesswoman as Veronica Bay. It's just delivered in a different way.
Hmm.
It's just a blessing. What's more is, like, I've been doing this since Scout was 2017. I just switched companies that's now in hyper growth. And so my work is actually paying off. But it doesn't matter what season you're in. It doesn't matter if you have no kids now, but plan on having them later. It doesn't matter if your kids are babies now and you want to go back to work later. Starting within this company now and growing here will allow you the freedom to choose and design your life at a later time because of the hyper growth we're in. Like right now is the time to get in. This is literally you getting to be at the right place at the right time, which I was talking with Jackie. It's like, it's surreal coming from addiction. Like, whoa, this is happening to me. How can this be happening to me? But it is, and it can happen for you too.
You gotta be fucking kidding me that she found a way to add addiction in there right at the end.
Mhm. You know, just
Ah,
go buy yourself a couple kids to the store.
yeah, just
That's
get
how she made
kids.
it sound. You just get kids. You don't make kids. You don't have kids. You get kids.
Do you know what I was waiting for? I was waiting for an
Mhm.
S curve.
Right? I cannot.
Uh, it's giving Megan Desart, and you gotta get in now.
When
I'm taking leaders, you know.
That's what I was gonna say. When is it not a good time to join? I think that's a
Mm,
better question.
mhm. Mhm. Uh, I like this. Yes, literally, where's the bingo card? Definitely. Oh, look,
Right?
Bethany kind of is a bit of a bingo. Oh, did
Yeah.
she? She did post an S curve the other day. There you go. She does
Of
actually.
course she did.
I've seen her post it.
Next time y'all
Um,
play bingo, I wanna play.
yeah,
I think I missed
yeah,
it
we
last
can.
time.
Okay. I think because I was watching it in my drive, I'll just go here. What I'll do, let me have a look. I thought I had one where she went on a oh no, that's 12 minutes. Hang on. I thought I had one where she went on an excursion or she went on a field trip with her kid. Um, because it was interesting because I know that you went on a field trip with Leo um at the end of last year or at Christmas
Yeah,
time.
for Christmas. Yeah, for Christmas.
Hmm. And she made this big deal about it, about how like I can do this because um I am with Amare and no other people can go on field trips with their children, you know?
Absolutely.
It's like you said where um like you make the time. You write it down, you put it on the schedule and you make the time.
Mhm.
I don't think because she hasn't been like that. She's probably never had a schedule. She doesn't realize that people actually do these things already, perhaps, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, is it sometimes like that day that we went for the Christmas thing? Oh my gosh, this is Texas, so it's hot. It was hot.
Really?
Yes, it was really hot. I think it was like 102 degrees that day or something crazy like that. And I just was like, oh my gosh. They had a petting zoo and a train outside. It was hot. We were sweating, but it was a really good time. I had fun with my baby, seeing him like super. He did not like to take a picture with Santa. I posted a picture of that, and he was like, but everything else, they had like a bunch of activities for them to do. They had the petting zoo. They rode a train. It was a really good time. Even my mom went with us, and she had a good time too. So
That's
pretty
cool.
normal to go to your kids' thing. That's not something that, I mean, if you have like a hard time making it to things like that because of an actual job, I get that. Like, it's a good reason to pat yourself on the back and like it's a special occasion for sure. However, you shouldn't use that to manipulate other parents into joining your shitty company. That's not
And that's what it's
how.
about.
Yep.
It's not
Unfortunately,
about
yes.
the experience, you know, like you didn't when you told that story, you're not trying to sell me anything. You're saying I had a really nice time on my
Yeah.
field trip. She's trying to get you to join her in the business and you know like that's what she's trying to do with that
Yeah.
story, which is very gross.
It
All right,
really is.
I got another one. Let's go with this one. It's only a minute and 29. Let me share again. Why did it go to a different one? Okay. Okay, I'm very happy that she's wearing a helmet. There's a plus. Go, Bethany. Are helmets compulsory in America for biking, bicycling?
Uh, only if it's like a motorbike, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't have to
I mean,
wear.
they're
You don't.
recommended for children, like for kids for biking or skating and stuff, but I don't think it's like a law. Is it? I don't know. I may be
Oh,
wrong.
we in Australia, you have to wear a helmet. You can get a ticket. You can get in trouble with the police. But I mean, it would have to be a quiet day for them to go and, find all the bike riders without their helmets.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I think we've
that's
never
not,
encountered a situation like where the cops come up to us because we just automatically wear them. But I mean, I guess not everybody does. I don't know. I'm not sure, to be
I
honest.
I have a sad story from my childhood. I never owned a bike as a child. You know that violin music that everybody puts on their TikToks?
Uh,
Do, 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 do. Yes, never owned a because my parents thought they were dangerous. And so, and then when
I
I
mean, they
was
kind of
about
are.
yeah, um, when I was 15, my parents we moved towns, and I
Mhm.
wanted to finish grade 10 in the current school that I was in, and then I was going to move towns with to go back to everybody. So I stayed with my auntie for about 7 or 8 months. And when they first went to this new town, they all got bikes because it was a country town. It was a bit, there wasn't much like around. Anyway, they all got bikes. I didn't get a bike because I didn't go there to start with.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so um, and then I got one as an adult, and I am bad at bike riding. I tell you that much. Okay.
I mean, bike riding can have its dangers. Like I had a really bad accident when I was like 10, I think. And we were living in Mexico. We lived in Mexico from the ages of 9 to 11, almost 12, I think. And I'm over there, the hills, there's like hills. So there's streets. Well, they sent me on an errand or something, and I like my brakes went out, and I like slid the whole, like probably half a mile down a hill, a paved hill, and so I like lost all my skin on this entire side of my body. Yeah, and fun fact for those of you that have noticed, I actually am partially missing a tooth in the front. That's how that happened. Yeah.
Wow.
So they are
Uh,
dangerous. So, and I
um,
never was taught to wear a helmet or anything because it was just like,
mm,
whatever. I basically like, I don't know, my parents were very cautious, or at least as cautious as I am with Leo. So they were just like, okay, whatever. She can go down the hill by herself, speeding full force with the bike. And I guess they never thought that anything would happen to me. And then it did. And I was
I'm
scared off of bikes for a while, but then as a grown up, I had to relearn how to do it because my nephew wanted me to ride a bike with him when before I had
and
Leo, and now Leo rides his bike, so I ride his. But we just all wear helmets and stuff. So
and you know how there's that saying like it's like riding a bike. No, it's not like riding a bike. That's
it's
really hard.
not. Yeah, it requires a lot of
Um,
balance and a lot of safety.
yeah, yeah. I think like back in my day, I mean, I think I could buy cigarettes for my parents at the shop. So,
Yeah,
I
same.
think that it was a bit different, bit different.
Cigarettes
Oh,
and alcohol. I could buy both of them for my
oh,
parents.
really?
In Mexico, yeah.
Not, oh, wow.
Hmm.
Well, you know what we're having the biggest problem with at the moment in our school is vaping. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
It's really bad. Like I've had because the kids can ask to go to the bathroom, and because they can just go to the bathroom, they pass a vape from one to one, and yeah, it's such a big problem.
Yeah.
And And I don't, you know what, the cigarette companies must have just been like, yeah, we got something else to get people hooked on because tobacco, has kind of gone down.
Yeah.
Um, but we don't have legal weed over here. Um, I think you can. So, because FYI, if people don't know, I like looking at Bethany because I am in sobriety as well, and um, so I'm on an opiate treatment program. I just was addicted to over-the-counter um, codeine products, and
Yeah.
then in Australia they became only prescription only, and so then I got on program to get out of it. And my prescribing doctor, he said I can apply to get into the cannabis program in Australia. So you can apply to get medical grade marijuana. Because I got some Delta 8 gummies from a company, I think they're in America, and they were sending to Australia no problems, and then they kind of stopped. But they were really cheap too. Vance Global, they were called.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I think the amount of money the government can make on THC products is crazy. I think they need to
Legalize
get
it. Yeah.
into it. Mm. Yeah. All right. Let's watch Bethany. Sorry for any of our anxious people there watching that circle go round and round. I'm like, ooh, that might have been annoying for
Yeah.
people.
The boys are freaking out because I'm riding bikes with them. In 6 years, I've never ridden a bike with them. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about in terms of like what working on my gut health has done for me. Not like this kind of stuff is hard to do or anything, right? But when
Well, you
you're
make it
so
sound like it is.
overloaded in anxiousness and stress, like for me, biking like this or doing said activity with the kids wouldn't even be enjoyed because my mind would be overloaded with all I have to do or what I should be doing instead, or all the laundry that needed folded, or how I handled a situation could have handled it better instead of being present with my kids. And don't give a shit about being on my bike and on my phone when I could be present with my kids, because this is taking like 2 minutes to explain and then I'll be back to it. In addition to all that, some days I just like,
I'm sorry, what? The children were. Could you hear the children in the background? I could. So you weren't being present with your child. Okay?
Yeah.
She's planning her content. That's what she's doing when she's not, she's planning content the whole time. She planned
Yeah.
on
She's like,
doing this.
look at me being a good mom while not being a good mom.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
didn't have the energy to get out of the house or do the things. Like it just seemed all encompassing. This was just like, Greg was like, you want to ride my bike? I'm like, sure. When I had planned on running after them. So this is kind of a sweet. But one to assume that the energy and happy juice is going to make you peppy and like, yeah, I stayed up late, but I'm ready to go because I had happy juice now. So anyway, just some of my journey.
No, so it doesn't give you energy. It just helps with sobriety, right? Okay. That makes sense.
Um, I didn't really think that we would ever have a health claim that was the gut brain access helped me ride a bike.
Right?
What the fuck? Are you fucking
That's
kidding
so
me?
wild. That's so wild. Like, oh, look, I sell this stuff. It helps me ride a bike. Ma'am, what? It's like me saying, like, oh, streaming taught me, helps me crochet faster. What? That,
And
no
there's
sense.
you.
No sense are made.
Yeah, they got really excited about you biking with them, and then you're just like
And
using
then
it
you're
to
on your
shill your
fucking phone the
MLM.
whole time. Yep.
Yeah. And this, yeah, I think I heard them saying, "Mommy, Mama."
Yeah.
Because they probably have to beg for that attention all the time, you
Ain't
know?
that sad though? Ain't that sad? That is so sad. Like, just pay
And
attention to your kid.
absolute epidemic in MLMs, you know? Uh, did you ever see that body, the beach body one who smacked the child? Did you ever see that one?
No, I didn't, but I heard about it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You know? Um, but then again, like Jessie Lee was bragging about smacking Courtney's children.
After she said that she was no longer spanking, dude, could not be me. I would be in jail. No BS. I don't care
Oh
what
yeah.
you are to my kids. I don't care. I don't
Mhm.
care. Just because you got to spend skin to skin time with them doesn't make you their mom. So if I say
No.
my kid is not getting spanked, then he's not getting spanked. Like I
Mm.
don't I know that there's a lot of like for example, for me, when I struggled with like Leo and stuff like that, is like my mom is very much hey, hey, don't do that. Hey, get down from there. Hey, I'm like, can you not talk to my child like he's a dog, please? Can you not talk to my child that way? Can you approach him and say, hey, this is dangerous, get down from there, or maybe find a distraction instead of talking at him instead of talking with him. And a huge
Mm.
boundary of mine is if I say no, it's no. I
Mm.
don't care who you are. I don't care how cute you think something is. If I say no, it's a no.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main reasons why I actually had to cut my dad off, because he just did not understand boundaries when it came to Leo. But also, look at that cute little baby. Oh my god. Look at those ears. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can
It's
smell
chicken
the
nugget.
puppy breath. I can
Oh,
smell
I
the
know.
puppy
I
breath,
know.
the milky breath. I love it.
She's a little bit shy, Miss Chicken Nugget. The other two,
Oh,
they are
baby.
so confident. Hey. Hey,
He's so
baby.
cute. He's a baby. Look at those ears. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How old are the puppies already?
Oh gosh, I think they're 6 weeks now. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they'll be going to their forever homes in about 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
It doesn't make you sad.
No, it's good actually because I it gives me like a little bit of a hit of puppies and then
Yeah.
I can go back to just having the four that I have. I'd like to get one more, just one more. Um,
Just one
because
more.
because Frida is related to Mabel and Wilbur. So like because it gets a little bit incestuous. Like Wilbur can go over both of the girls, but I'd like another boy just to just for a bit of difference and I want one of those, the speckled ones, like dappled. Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I always compare Bethany to Courtney because you can look at where I think Courtney, because she's been in it a little bit longer, so you can see where she might be heading with that. And kids don't forget, like they will
No.
remember these things. Even if they don't consciously remember that it will be in their subconscious and it comes out in trauma in other ways, like we were saying before, where it's like where things like RAD, like reactive affection disorder, where they do go after people like they have really broken relationships with people because they've always had to beg for attention,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
um but also you look at those high up huns, a lot of them, without diagnosing, a lot of them are narcissistic or have narcissistic um attributes.
Tendencies.
A lot of
Yeah.
them have even psychopathic attributes where they just, like Courtney will say all the time when she's on chat, I love you. Oh, I love you. John. I love you, Sarah. Like she's always saying I love you, and she does it to the kids too. She'll say, "Can you go to bed? I love you." Like, and it's almost like vocal filler,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem to be genuine. It doesn't seem like it comes from a genuine place, and it's like she knows that that's what people should say to each other.
Yeah, but it
But
does she doesn't mean it.
mm-mm.
Yeah. I had a really
No.
interesting conversation about stuff like that with my best friend Harper the other day. So, I don't remember what me and Leo were doing. I think we were maybe doing like some sort of exercise or something like on his books or some sort of activity. He likes to be left alone sometimes. Like he's like, I want to do this and I want to do it by myself. Leave me alone, right? But then he came over and I hugged him and I sat him on my lap and me and Harper were on FaceTime. We were, I think we were working on something for our plant channel. Shameless plug, and and what's it called? And he like hugs me and he's like, "I love you, mommy," and I'm like, "I love you too, baby." And remember that mommy is always going to believe you. Mommy is always going to protect you, and mommy loves you. Okay. And Harper was like, "I've never had my parents tell me anything like that," and I was like, "Neither did I," and that's why I tell him all the time that I love him, I will
Oh.
always believe him, and I will always be on his side and stuff like that. Like you are important. And I'll also say stuff like, I I understand your feelings. Your feelings are valid. I see why you're frustrated. Like I stuff like that, because I remember like one of my main things growing up was, hey, be quiet. You're a kid. I'm the adult. You're a kid. You're
Mm,
stupid. You don't this, you doing that. You like what I say goes. Like what you think, how you feel doesn't matter. And so my main goal as a parent is to never make my son feel that way. And so when I see parents like Courtney or this woman here, it's like I understand our parents didn't have the best tools. We have way better tools than our parents ever did. But that's exactly why you should want better for your children.
mm.
And it breaks my
Absolutely.
heart for those babies because I put myself in those baby shoes.
Because
So,
they just want
yeah,
the attention. They just want her attention. They just want,
yeah.
you know, it must be really. I just put the two plantitas
Thank you.
in the chat. That's their Instagram, but I couldn't find the YouTube channel.
It's the
Maybe I'm
same.
not
It's spelled
following
the
it.
same. Two plantitas.
Okay, okay. Um, like looking at where kids are as high schoolers, you can see who has that sort of whether they've got that support at home, and but kids who are aged around about 14 to 15 at the moment, um, the pandemic really screwed them over. Like they've actually kind of lost how to be people. They've really
Yeah.
it's very strange. Like I have never encountered anything like it in my teaching career. Like not everyone likes me, and that's okay. It's not a popularity contest, but I've always been pretty okay, like but that age group is really they're very cutthroat. They're very like this, like they'll drop you in a second. You can try to build relationships with them, and they're even like really
Yeah.
quite bad to their parents, and um but it's different from the older ones and different from the younger ones. So I think that we already probably have seen a lot of trauma that's come out of the pandemic, but I think that it's going to be it's going to be around for a bit, that
More
whole like
noticeable. Yeah.
yeah. Because I mean, we were pretty lucky in Australia. We didn't have many things. We didn't shut down as much. Like I didn't really miss any work or anything like that. Um, yeah, so we had it easier, but it was quite scary at the beginning when we didn't know what was happening, and we were thinking everybody was going to die.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yes, Val. The thing is, same. I was awful. I was
Same.
I was such a rude bitch. Like, if I had a student like me back then, oh my god, if I would. And I've had my karma though. I've had many bad classes. I'm like, I've done it. I've made up for it. Please, no more, no more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was
Yes.
a pretty bad kid too, but I think for me it was out of like trauma, like stuff that happened to me when I was a child. I think because before then I was fine, but then stuff happened and I was just like, okay, fuck everybody. Nobody protected me, so why am I going to consider everybody else's feelings?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And like being an arts teacher, I think that we sort of I attract the weird kids because the ones who want to do art and drama
You're
and things like that.
typically.
I always have attracted the queer kids. I've had kids come out in class, and you know, um, it's it's an interesting sort of like landscape at the moment with gender and sex and like I'll have a verbal fight with a kid and they'll say there's only two sexes. I mean two genders. I'm like, no, there's
Yeah.
not two genders, but there are two sexes and intersex as well, which is a variety of combinations of what you can
Yeah.
be. And gender is a spectrum. And they're like, no, it's not. I'm like, it's science. I'm quoting science. Okay. I'm quoting science. So be quiet, child. But
Yeah.
that comes from home. Like their parent,
Absolutely.
it doesn't come from anything except for them having a home life where it's like, these two genders, they've just popped up. I'm like, David Bowie. You saw David Bowie in the 70s. Like, gender has
Yeah.
always been fluid. Duh.
Yeah, it really
Um,
does come from home and it baffles it baffles me that some people still like they stand by the two gender thing and it's like, okay, listen, and I hate like I have family members who are still very much of that camp and I am the person who will not shut up about it. And I'm just like, listen, if that's not you, if it's not your thing, the very least you can do is respect people. That's it. You
yeah.
don't have to approve, you don't have to understand, but you do have to respect.
Mm,
And then so when they start talking, you know, a la bigotry, that's what I call it. I'm just like, not around my kid. That's a
mm,
boundary I'm drawing and not around my child. And then sometimes they'll be
mhm.
like, leave. And I'll be like, you know what? Yes, bye. Bye, Felicia. I'm out of here. So it very much does come from home. And I think again, one of my main goals as a parent, as a mom is, to teach Leo, you don't have because I was very much raised in like a racist, homophobic, very Catholic household. And so I think one of my main things again with my child is to teach him to at the very least be respectful, don't be judgmental, love people for who they are and not what's in between their legs or who they love, or like that's none of your business. If you're not the one
Mm,
living with them, loving them, sleeping with them, it's none of your damn business. And the very least you
mm.
can do is be respectful to people, and that's it. And I think if
Yeah.
I can accomplish that, I have done it. That's like one
Yeah.
of my main
Absolutely.
things.
I
Yep.
just said to one kid who seems really obsessed with it, I said, "Are you trans?" He said, "No." And I said, "Then it doesn't matter. Like, just
Yeah.
don't even think about it.
Yeah.
It's not your business, you know?"
Yeah.
And like when I was 12, we found out that my uncle was HIV positive, and this is like high, fags get AIDS and blah blah, all that sort of like it was so much
Yeah.
about it being a gay disease and all that sort of stuff. And I think we were talking about that a couple of weeks ago. The Australia had this really terrible advertisement where the Grim Reaper was 10-pin bowling, and all the people were there, and there's this little girl there, and she got 10-pin bowled over by the AIDS death Grim Reaper, and I slept in my parents' bedroom for the first time in like years because I was so scared. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
get AIDS. Oh my God. And at the time when we found that out, I thought it was the biggest family secret. I was like, oh my God, if anyone finds out that my uncle's HIV positive, my life will be over. How selfish, for starters. But it was just my own ignorance, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
anyway, now I tell everyone, and he's still alive. He's been on the forefront of every trial, drug, everything. So he's lived for well over 30 years, HIV positive. So,
That's amazing.
um, yeah, he's great. He's an arty uncle, He's like very
Love
arty
that.
and. Mhm.
Love that.
All right, let's get back to Bethany. We got 7 minutes.
7
Oh
minutes.
God.
Let's do it.
I haven't watched this one, so it'll be interesting. Is she up on the? Oh no, hang on. I need to share this tab.
Also,
Okay.
update on the cactus. It's been put together. I just
Woo!
need to put it on the pot.
Oh my goodness, you're so quick.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go.
Is I have hello. Well, good news is I have cell phone service. Bad news is power steering went out on that truck. This is the second time power steering has gone out. I'm like, are we done with that brand of truck yet? No, apparently we are not. But the tow truck people can't even.
What the fuck are you doing? Why are you in your stories right now? You kid, look, you're on.
The
Oh my
road is
God.
right there. The road is right the fuck there. I could see it right behind you. And your kids are clearly not in the car. What the fuck are you doing?
And I don't know if that's her husband or a worker back there, because her husband works. So who is that with the child? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Give us an ETA. It's been like an hour. So they're like, no, I won't get into it. I'm keeping my cup half full. We're just on the side of the road having snacks. I'm not going to give exact location because
Well, it doesn't matter really if you don't give us the exact location. But also, uh, oh, we're on. No, what was I going to say? God damn it. Um, I was like too angry.
Yeah.
Yes, he is also on the phone. Whoever's over there,
With that
the
tiny little
person.
baby child.
Yeah. Yeah, having snacks. We're just having snacks. No, you're on your phone,
We're just
and
having
a
snacks,
child
putting our
is.
babies in danger, on the side of the road. And I'm not going to give you your more exact location because that's dangerous. Okay.
got in an accident. God
I
damn it.
cannot.
I don't want anyone to come find murder us when it's dark and we're still freaking here. Okay. Holy smokes. Tow truck is finally here. Woohoo. Greg and Janet, those are my in-laws, came and picked up the kids. We're headed back to.
Okay, so her in-laws came to pick up the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The whole first bit of it, like you can see, perhaps she considered posting more of it. I bet she wanted to, because like.
She probably got interrupted by Greg and Janet. I'm
uh,
willing to bet.
I don't know what they must think, because I think that the mother-in-law does come over and do babysitting for her. And Bethany also has cleaning ladies. Because
Bro.
yeah, two. Well, more than one, because I've heard her use a plural. So
the beach. I don't remember if I shared this, and service is so that I can't go back and see. But this is my first time this last month. I was telling Janet, my mother-in-law, that come around this time, I like reprocess. Like my subconscious is so powerful. And actually the accident being so close postpartum, I was 14 postpartum with Sailor, or 11 days or something like that. I didn't have time to process it, right? So I did do EMDR around it, and that really, really helped figure out my powerlessness and role of Sailor's life in the back seat when she was hanging there upside down, not making a peep, and I was hanging up.
So she's referring to an older accident.
Okay, but like even then, if you have been in an accident with your child, why the fuck are you going live while driving? If it gave you that much anxiety, why? What was the reason?
And wouldn't a therapist say that to her? You need
Yep.
to make sure that you are. Wow. That would be really like obviously a traumatic thing. And Bethany, do you want to give your own audience a trigger warning?
Yeah.
Upside down, not able to get to her, and how that felt to me in the rollover. So when John pulled over and I'm like, what is he doing? And he told me he lost power steering. Just hearing those words freaks me the fuck out, first of all. And I already was going through some shit with the fact that I had weights in the car, because what brought me back was thinking of the accident and how we had a helium tank in the car and how it landed next to Sailor, but because God is powerful, it didn't end up hitting her in the head. So on the way down,
God did that, hey? Okay. What the fuck? How
Why
does
was it that take secured? Why was it that take secured? That's my question. Even when you have a small car, listen, and again, I'm not trying to tell anyone how to parent, but sometimes it's just like, it's the most fucking common sense shit ever. When we get like anything that's slightly even fucking heavy, I'm talking about a gallon of milk at the store, I secure that shit. I have zip tie. I have not have zip ties, but like those stretchy ties with the hooks at the end. And then there's a bunch of like things that my husband added up that screwed into our car. Even a gallon of milk gets secured in my car. Why is there a loose ass helium tank in your car, unsecured, close to your children?
tank? Just a helium tank. Guess what we call those stretchy things in Australia? We
I
call
don't
them
know.
Ocky straps.
Ocky straps, I love that. I'm gonna use that. My husband's gonna be
I don't
like,
know why. I
what?
really don't know why.
He's gonna be the what? I'll be like the Aki straps. The Aki straps. It's like
It,
we just call them the wiggly worms. That's what we call them. I don't know what they're called for real. I'm just like, babe, do you got any more of these wiggly worms? He's like, oh yeah. Oh
um,
God, I can't.
it does sound like though she was just telling on herself. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
it's here. Let me tell you all the shit things we've done. You know.
Yeah. Let me show you
here I
how
was
I've
just
been a shitty parent more times than one.
Yep.
thinking of the accident, and oh my God, what if we get in another rollover? Anyway, so hearing he got lost power steering again, which was what happened in our first rollover, freaked me out. You can tell I'm emotional about it. And so in that moment, you guys, I'm sharing this because like PTSD just sucks, and don't let anyone tell you just because you survive something that your trauma isn't real.
No one thinks
No one is
that.
saying that. No one says that. That sounds like some shit you would say.
If you're dead, you can't have PTSD. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Of course,
Hmm.
every survivor. She didn't make any sense.
She really doesn't.
And saying, "Oh, I'm getting emotional." Well, not really. I mean, I'm looking at your face and you're trying to make all the right faces, but it doesn't seem like it's quite like it's not coming through in the eyes, you know?
Yeah. Also, I've lost power steering before, so my husband bought this. I hate it. This fucking truck that but it's like an old school truck and his goal is to fix it and like, make it nice. And my car was in the shop. Lucky for me and Leo, we were actually at the drive-through in Chick-fil-A when I was trying to like move up and then all of a sudden it wouldn't. But according to what the mechanic, who is my brother, told us, is that the power steering, it's not necessarily like the brand of truck or whatever, it's the maintenance. So like there's like other parts you should lube it up, like there's products to make it run smoother. It's like if you don't put gas in your car, it's not going to move. If you don't lube up the power steering or whatever, it's not going to work. So maybe
Yeah.
just maintain your cars a little bit better. I don't know. Just a thought. Also, hi, Phoebe. Oh my
Here's
gosh.
Lizzo.
I love
Lizzo's
her.
she's so confident. Oh, I'll put her closer
I
to the
love it.
camera. I
I
got a
love
new
it.
camera,
Hi,
and it's
Phoebe.
much clearer now.
Oh my gosh. Look at those tiny eyes. Oh my goodness. Such a
Yeah,
cutie. I love
she is a
puppies.
cutie. She's very confident, and she's
I love
very
that.
you know, she wants what she wants and she gets it.
Love it. Love it. Love that for
Six
you, little
weeks
girl.
old and very confident already.
Love it.
Um, yes, she is allowed to get upset. I just don't feel like she's actually that upset. Like, I feel like it's a little bit fake. And like you said, she is about to pitch Amare to us. So we'll see how she incorporates it here, hey?
I really struggled with that piece too, that because I didn't die, that my trauma wasn't valid, and it's valid. So know that for yourself too. I was trying to figure out what was happening. So I immediately text Jackie and Nicole and just let them know my feelings, because if I didn't let them know my feelings, or someone, or release it, or figure out what I was feeling when I was feeling, and I hammered this down, you guys, that's a reason for me to compile stress and later drink. I'm so conscious about doing this within my sobriety, so that way my cup, emotions, trauma doesn't get overloaded and I like one stressor end up setting me off to the point I drink. So that's my little tip. Talk it out with someone that you trust or good friends. And Jackie and Nicole didn't even I had no context to my text for them. They were in the middle of a conversation and I just blurted it out. And they just let me have space to process it, and that's all it's gotta be.
This is confusing. I'm like, what? Were you on a FaceTime with them? Like, what do you mean? And
Yeah,
who's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jackie? And we don't like. I don't know. We
That's what
maybe
I
we
was
don't.
gonna say. Who are they? Like, I'm not trying to be a bitch. Like, we don't know
Mm,
them or whatever. I'm just like, who? Like, can you add more context to that, maybe? Because I don't know what the hell you're talking about right now.
yeah, because she has a pretty big following.
Yeah,
And I'm sure not everybody knows everybody. Um, but it's like, and then she admits to just interrupting them and blurting
yeah.
out her own thing. It was like
Like, fuck their
Max,
conversation. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about me.
yeah. I don't know. I think I don't want to question how she gets triggered in sobriety, but she talks about it a lot. She talks about getting triggered in her sobriety and drinking so much, and I just
It
d-
makes it sound
I
not genuine.
yeah, yeah, and I'm like, I barely think about it. If I'm in it's not something that I think about unless I am trying to make a point or whatever. Like I'm not, I never talk about, oh, this could make me use, this could make me do this, this could be
Yeah.
make me do that, because I think that could be triggering for something that's
Yeah, yeah,
best
yeah, yeah.
left to saying to your therapist or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I
Mm.
think at this point in time, and like you said, I'm not trying to discredit her or anything because only she knows how she dealt and like in what ways her addiction affected her life. Like only she knows that, and I'm no one to judge that. But like in this case, it's just all part of the pitch, and so it makes it sound a lot less genuine, a lot less authentic, a lot less like she actually means it. I
Mhm.
don't know.
Mhm.
It's not a vibe for me.
No.
I
Oh,
guess that's what
so
I'm trying to
and
say.
Miss Lizzo says hello to Beth. Hi, Beth. Beth is
Bethy, you're
here.
here.
Yeah. Although Miss Lizzo looks like she's about to get tired of my shit, so I might put her down.
She's like,
Breathing.
in a minute.
That's another good tip. So I always pack. I didn't, like some people ask what I do for fight or flight, stress, etc. Making sure your microbiome has those in it already to nourish and flourish, like the reel I just made says, really helps in these high stress times. But John and I actually had an energy and an edge, which is 2 of the 3 parts of happy juice, and it's the nootropic, and it really helps you with your mood, uplifting, metabolism I didn't need help with, motivation to stay on track, mental clarity, but it really just helps keep me out of this fight or flight situation, which I was kind of feeling, like the rapid heartbeat, etc.
Fuck all the way off with
Yep.
that shit.
Mm, yep.
Microbiome. Yeah, I was in fight or flight, but the microbiome really balanced it out. Fuck. Oh,
Yep. I agree. I
that's
just
really annoying.
and also it doesn't sound like what she's explaining doesn't sound like because I also struggled. I just talked about this the other day, but I also struggled with alcoholism whenever I was younger. And it doesn't sound to me, and again, I don't want to discredit her, but it doesn't sound to me like a trigger for her addiction. It sounds more like anxiety. And I say that as someone who suffers from crippling anxiety sometimes.
Mhm.
She's describing that more so than anything else, I think, in my humble opinion. My humble, unsolicited opinion.
Hey, that's all of our YouTube channels.
Yeah, true.
um, yeah, it does seem like, and that's what the clown Hannah says. She has this pitch memorized. She does. That she knows that's where she's going to go to now. So everything from 4 minutes and 39 before this has been about getting to this point
Yeah.
where she's going to tell you. And can you imagine, I don't know, other areas in your life where there's fight or flight? Okay. If it was trigger warning, a DV situation, okay? Oh, just take some happy juice and chill out while you're trying to avoid getting into a situation with your partner who's abusing you. Oh, just take
Yeah.
some happy juice. What a pile of shit. That is
Can
such
you
bullshit.
imagine me having a mental breakdown because I'm like anxious or whatever, and she walks up to me, she's like, "Oh, I got just the solution for you. Here's some happy juice that I'm also going to. I'm not just going to share this with you. I'm also going to try to sell it to you, and perhaps make you regret." I'm gonna be like, if you don't get the fuck out of my face with this bullshit, Like
Mhm.
that's the last thing anyone needs when they're like in crisis.
Yeah, and it's like, well, maybe you should take this fucking happy juice because I'm about to beat your ass because, like, get the fuck away from me.
Yep, that part.
Do you have a Xanax? I'll take that. Thank you.
Right?
And this here, yes, Max. I still can't get over after an accident. She's more concerned with this speech rather than how her children are trying to get to them. Yeah, because her mother-in-law and father-in-law have the children, so it's like, um, mm, I
She's free to
just,
pitch us all she wants.
oh yeah, yeah.
Not only that, I'm able to come on here and cry, which is something I never could do when I was loaded with medication for.
Where? She's pretty big
No
on her
tears.
screen. Where are them tears
None.
at? Where? I can hear you trying to do the crying like sound, the
Yeah.
crying face, but there are no tears.
My anxiety, my depression, ADHD. So this is where I say mental health holistically is more sustainable.
Also, I am on a very good store-bought serotonin. It doesn't
Uh-huh.
mean that I am a zombie. It doesn't mean that. I can still be emotional with having my antidepressants. Like I still have the full range of human emotions. It's just not as like up and down. I can deal with them more. It gives me space and time.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
pharmaceutical is fantastic. It balances like it doesn't make me a zombie. If your medication does do that, guess what? It's the wrong fucking medication.
It's time for you to consult your doctor and yeah, switch.
Mhm. But she actually said that she was diagnosed with bipolar and was taking bipolar medication. She doesn't fucking have bipolar. Yeah. And so why were your pharmaceuticals not working, Bethany? Because you were misdiagnosed. That's why. That's why.
What
Okay?
the
Not
actual
because the
fuck?
pharmaceuticals are bad, but because you were like it was a human error. It wasn't the pharmaceuticals. Oh, it was so it's makes me so mad. Yeah, exactly, Harper. I have full range on my two meds. Yeah, like people she's looking at it from that addiction sense. Like that's why I used to use. It was self-medicating and it was to help me sleep at night. I mainly only took my medication at night. And like I was a pretty high functioning addict. Uh but yeah, that's what it sounds like. 'Cause sometimes, yeah, your emotions do suck, but yeah,
Yeah, but some
I'm
fucking juice isn't gonna help you.
no, it sure isn't.
I'm so grateful for not having quick fix solutions in my life anymore. Um, and I share this, guys, not to I share Happy Juice not to make a sell. I share it because legitimately every single person needs gut brain axis communication in their life. And because what it's done for my sobriety and the way I show up as a mom and parent and partner as a result of better gut brain axis communication, because I didn't have it at all and prior, it's just this community needs it, and that's why I share it. So
No one needs it.
I call bullshit, but okay.
That is, and that's what's made me the parent I am. Oh, the parent who's ignoring their child in the
The
background.
parent who
The
lets
parent
their kid drive in the fucking be unattended by next to the road. Okay,
and the parent who made a juice for the kid in a 20-minute video and never gave it to the fucking kid. Um,
bro.
oh my God.
She's
She's so,
infuriating.
oh, You know, like, and how dare she? Like, everybody needs this. And
No one needs that
from,
shit. Nobody.
I am pretty sure that you can get all of the products that are in Happy Juice from other places for a lot cheaper. And what works for one person may not work for another person. And the other thing, which I think, I know there's someone who's gone into more depth with the serotonin in your stomach is not the same as the serotonin in your brain. It's different. And yes, there is serotonin in your gut, but it is like it
It's
doesn't
not the same.
function. Mm. And yeah, that's her whole argument gone. Oh no, my sister. She missed the bro, your YouTube didn't alert me again. Oh, sorry.
Hi,
Damn, hey.
Tisha's sister. Thank you for watching my videos and leaving comments. I love you.
Oh, that's
You're the best.
nice. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, you have to watch the replay, sis. It'll be good. Okay. Well, have we got another? How long have Bethany left? Oh, about another 2 minutes. Oh, 1.5.
So this is the way I felt prior to it. I felt like I was doing therapy. I was taking all the meds. I was doing breathing exercises. I was trying to do all I could to help myself, yet there was still this missing piece. And so I started this alongside my medication. And in turn, I found myself again. Like, I found the me before addiction and mental health reared its ugly head in my life. Like, it was just an amazing feeling. So Happy Juice is still here. I'm ready to help you when you're ready. This is and always will be about you. If you are wanting support for focus and anxiety and low mood outside and stress resilience outside just Happy Juice, which helps with that, but like, I knew I had ADHD and knew I had anxiety, I went with the starter pack because it comes with MenoFocus and Mood Plus, which gives me that extra support. Then I want you to jump on this sale now, and I'll leave that link.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm
Are
not
you?
going to disclose our location, but I am going to leave our license plates in this clip. Bro,
Are
are
you?
you dumb? And I hate using that word. I hate it. But are you serious right now?
I. Oh my fucking god! I sometimes I'm like I was not ready for how bad that 20 seconds was. Val
Uh-huh.
warned me and everything. Val warned us. Oh my god! And
I cannot.
to take a moment to fucking, you had to stop and film that thing. And if you and your husband are in that picture, who's holding the camera? Who's holding the
Yeah.
phone? Did you get the tow truck driver to do it?
Probably
Or
one of the
was it
kids.
one of the kids? One of the kids? Hey kids, can you hold this camera by the side of the road? Don't worry about the semi trailer that's coming past you. No,
Yeah.
no, it's okay. Stay there because you want to keep us in frame, all right? Oh my god. But I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to sell you
It's
anything.
not about me. It's about
No.
you.
But get the big starter pack. Get the big starter pack
Because it's the one that
because
helps with
of,
anxiety. Okay.
oh my
I
god.
cannot with this woman. This is so like baffling to me. I just and like listen, some people have hit me in the DMs talking about you don't know how it's what it's like to like be desperate for a solution. You don't. I do know. I do know. I also
Mhm.
know that I'm not going to put my kid in the backseat to do something that I consider very selfish and not just selfish, but unethical. I also know that I'm going to use more than the information that someone who I know gives me. Because that's in reality how most people fall for MLMs.
Yeah.
Because someone that you trust and have a relationship with already pitches it to you, right?
Yeah.
I also know that I'm not going to claim to have a fix all product that can help everyone and their mom, because everyone's situation is different. And the other day, like something that pissed me off was, oh, you don't, some person came into my chat and they were like, oh, you don't know that she doesn't have empathy for moms just because she isn't one, or like whatever the fuck else, right? And I was like, clearly she doesn't, because if she did, she wouldn't be scamming moms out of both their time and money.
Mm-hmm.
So miss me with that bullshit. And I'm sorry that you have like anxiety and you have like all these things she claims to have. I'm not saying she doesn't. I'm sorry. Like no one deserves to have mental issues like that coming from someone that has all the fucking mental issues. Um, no one deserves to feel that way. But like I can also tell you that that happy juice is simply a placebo. That's it. It's not actually doing anything for you. And I hope you realize that sooner rather than later, so you can still maybe salvage the relationship with your children and with
Yeah.
your spouse. Because I'm sorry, but just from all the sighing in the background, her husband sounds so tired of her bullshit. And
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know him, but I know y'all heard it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He even turned the music on when she was filming. I'm like, he
Yeah.
does not give a shit about what you're saying right now.
Yep.
He's gonna
He was
interrupt
probably
the
like,
pitch.
this bitch with this bullshit again.
I just want to get going. She had a dog in the car too. So what,
Oh God.
like, oh my goodness.
I cannot.
The thing that I think, like, it would be crazy. Maybe that's not the right word, but she has been sober for 9 years. Imagine that this company knocks her off her sobriety. Like, that would be such a shame, because she had that sobriety, and that is something to celebrate, and it's something that,
It really
you
is.
know
Yeah.
um if anyone watches Peter Mon, he always talks about, he's a tea, like he does, what do we call it, like tea videos, gossipy sort of ones. He's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
He's
Love him.
years 26 years sober, and he's very serious about his sobriety. And I think you need to be, like, absolutely. And that's why when I've been stressed at work, I'm like, it's not just my depression, it's not just my, anxiety, it's my sobriety as well that I need to be careful of. And um, to think that she's putting it all into Amare is so dangerous. It's like,
Yeah.
how could you do that? And to promise it to other people. That's the bigger problem.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The thing with these companies is that they tell you to cut the haters out, and if they're not supportive of you, then that's not your tribe. Those aren't your people. And then when you finally like open your eyes and like realize what is really going on, what are you left with? I think that's the most dangerous part of all, and especially like Tish said, when your sobriety depends on it. That
Hmm.
is so super dangerous.
And unfortunately, she's not the only one at Amare who talks about sobriety. I've heard Christina Smallwood talk about it. I've heard people here and there, but it just seems to be huge in Amare. Like, it really does seem to be a place that people have sort of, where they're recruiting from their local AA,
Yeah.
and that's terrible. That's
Yeah, I
terrible.
just covered two women too. Val sent me the video.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it was like a couple of days ago. I just covered them too, and they were also talking about sobriety and stuff. And I was just
Was
like,
it the Sober
dude,
Rebels?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. The One of the pups has decided. they're gonna chew on the noisiest piece of plastic I've ever heard. It's it's got rice crackers. Well, it used to have rice crackers in it, but it's very noisy. Thanks, Lizzo. Shout out, girl.
She
Um,
said, remix.
all right, well, we might leave it there. Hey, thank you so much for
That wasn't
staying up late.
actually nearly as bad as I thought it was. I always stay up till like 4, so I got about another hour and 30 minutes in me. I'm very much a night owl. But thank you
um,
for having me. I appreciate you.
yeah, no worries. We've got she is making music, Clowntown. You got that right.
Heck
And
yeah.
Lizzo's in Australia at the moment, so she's practically one of us. Um,
Yep.
we've got I've been trying to make this video on it's Kangen or Enagic Kangen, Kangen water people. There's a
Not a
group called
fan.
the
Yeah.
Rural Freedom Movement. They are taking advantage of Australian farmers.
Oh,
And
shit.
yeah, it's pretty interesting actually, and been trying to film a video, but I keep falling asleep because it's been a big week. Um,
Yeah.
and and then I think I was gonna do something on Kelsey Ray from Prove It.
Oh,
Woo!
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your
That's
plans
interesting
for
to
next week?
watch. I actually don't know. I kind of just like put my all into this past week because I was trying to like hit the milestone and stuff. But I
Mm-hmm.
do know that I will be going live at least 3 times a week. So probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday. My regularly scheduled time, which is anywhere from noon to from like 12 to 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know what time that
Mm-hmm.
would be for you. Like probably like 4 in the morning or something, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And I have some Spanish stuff that I want to cover from a body. And then I also have there's this one story that I've been meaning to cover, but it's really dark. It involves like I think of it as a Shayna Watts, Shanann Watts, kind of
Oh
like
yeah.
that, but the
Yeah.
Hispanic version of it.
Oh, what
I've
company?
been meaning to cover it. I believe it was, I believe it was Herbalife.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
right.
Yeah, but it's like very draining when as soon as I start doing the research and like writing notes and stuff, it's very heavy. Very,
Mm.
very heavy. So I've been trying to take it easy because of the mental health. But
Mm.
yeah, we're gonna go live
And you're
at some
going,
point with Kareenah. Yeah.
yeah. Are you doing plantitas next week or is that gonna be
We have been for Plantitas, we've been uploading every Sunday because suppose according to our research or Harper's research, the most viewed plant videos are viewed on
oh,
Sundays.
there you go.
And so we've been uploading around noon on Sundays, and then we are doing a live every other week, which
Oh,
wouldn't
great.
be this week, but the week after that. And we just kind of like sit and repot and do stuff to our plants, like do plant teachers and answer questions to whoever's
Oh,
in the
cool.
chat that wants to learn about plants or anything like that. And
That
then
seems really chill.
yeah, it's pretty relaxing. I think the most
Hmm.
important thing that I'm going to be doing this week is making more of these, which here's the pot completed. I just need to attach
Oh yeah.
the thing.
So we've got the
I'm gonna make
GoFundMe's.
about Yeah, I'm gonna make about 5 or 6 of these for Christina's GoFundMe. And then what I did, I'm gonna do exactly the same thing that I did for Yehudis's GoFundMe, which was I sold them for $25 American to um cover the shipping, and then the difference I donated. So you get a little something for technically donating. Is just you're basically just paying for the shipping. I'm just practicing, so please keep in mind that these are by no means professional or perfect. I'm still learning a lot of stuff, but they're pretty cute, I think.
They
So
are. They're really
if you
cute.
want one of these, hit me up in the DMs. I don't know
On
about shipping to other
Instagram.
countries. Yeah, on Instagram, please. I don't know about shipping to other countries just yet, just because I rarely ship things out even within the United States, so I don't know how we would go about that. But
Yeah, I'm not
I
sure
did,
either, actually.
yeah, I did post my receipts and stuff for um what I donated to Yehudis's thing, which ended up being I sold total 5 plants, four for $25 each, one for $35, so it was $110 total. And then I paid like 28 for shipping. So and I donated 85 to
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's the most important thing I'm gonna be doing this week. So if you care to buy one of these, let me know.
Okay.
I'm
And
just
I
trying to
just put
help friends
Kareenah's
out.
Instagram in chat. Oh, Chicken Nugget is getting a bit of payback on Miss Lizzo. Their
Oh,
puppy
oh,
smackdown.
oh, confrontation.
And well, we've got a roast coming. I don't actually we I don't know who we're roasting, to be honest. We haven't talked about it. Oh, it's bingo, and it's bingo next. I
I
think it's
want to
bingo
play
next
bingo.
roast. And the other thing we're trying to get happening, it's gonna be exciting, is the drag race simulator,
Uh-huh,
but
uh-huh, uh-huh.
with anti-MLM creators. So we're gonna see if we can get that happening. So that would be we're like we're pumped.
That sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
We just need to make
That's
sure that we can use people, and so it'll take a little bit to get organized, but we're like, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Woo.
yeah. I love when you guys do fun streams like that.
Yeah. Oh, the one with Savannah, I didn't realize that I watched nearly like a 4-hour live stream until it finished. And I'm
Oh
like,
God.
holy shit. What are we doing?
Yeah. But that's how fun it was.
It
It's
was
so
really
chill.
fun. It was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Okay, well, we'll let everybody go. Have a good day, night, year, weekend. Oh, it's the start of the weekend for the Americans. Go. Good for you. Have a
Yeah.
good weekend, and we'll see you around on the tubes or on the gram, on the threads, on the TikToks. Yeah. All
Yes.
right.
Bye
Goodbye,
guys.
everybody.